First and foremost, of course, I have to start this off with if nobody told you they loved you, I want you to know that I love you. You are loved. You is kind, you is pretty, you is smart. So, Scorps, the message today is basically God wants me to let you guys know that you are definitely on a new level. What do I mean? What do you mean, Mercy? It's more so coming out of the state of understanding where you are trying to draw things to you, coming out of the state feeling like you have to call things that's outside of you to become you. This is a shift in your manifestation. See, sometimes people when they manifest, they feel like they have to continue to call something to become it. You are switching your mindset and your mentality to the energy and where you are realizing you are what it is you are calling in. It's just that now you are tapping into it within thyself and you are acting accordingly. It's kind of like when we first start this journey. Of course, what they always say, in order for you to change the world, you have to change yourself. Why? Because a lot of times people have a lot of opinions on the outside world, but they don't even understand themselves. And when you start realizing that everything that you're searching for outside of you is leading you in a very chaotic form, and you stop and you get to yourself and you start to look for the things you've been wanting, the security, the love. When you look within yourself, you start realizing that everything you've ever desired or needed was within you. It's the same thing with the things that you are manifesting, okay? What you are calling in is not you going to a outsource to find what it is you want, finding wealth outside of you, finding love outside of you. It's when you really realize it's remembering everything you desire is already in you. It's about getting in that quiet place, tapping into it, allowing it to truly come and just present itself to you. So when we say it's levels to this, it is, and I feel like even though like we had our own way of creating. Sometimes we accidentally stumble upon how we manifest. Sometimes we're natural manifestors, not really knowing how we do it. God is now showing us the very little things that that makes us master manifestors, you know. And one thing is we're starting to realize we're no longer chasing. We're not chasing people. We're not chasing money. We're not chasing friends. We're not chasing companionship. Because once we realize we have become everything that we need, then when you stop chasing, when you normally chase something, what happens? Something to run from you. You ever chase a badass kid? That motherfucker run from you. You ever chase the dog run from you. You ever chase a man or a woman? They run from you. But when you realize that everything that you ever desire and needed, and when you are very secure in yourself, even when it's dealing with lovers, when it's dealing with that man or that woman, once you realize that the way your mindset's set up, you ain't chasing nobody, what happened? They always come around when you stop giving off that needy energy or that desperate energy, what happened? People always come back to you. That's because you realize that you don't need to chase anything. If something is running from you, it ain't for you. And some people like to chase. Some people like to feel that need. When you're not giving it to them, what happened? They become the chaser. And I feel like that's the same thing when you are so in need or in fear of wealth or like your negative thoughts take a hold of you, you actually bring in the very thing that you do not want. And what starts to happen when you start to acknowledge that you no longer worry about how things are going to get paid or how this is going to happen. And what happens, it just falls into place. Have you guys ever leveled up financially or even like where you lived at? And let's say like where like when you all first came out the hood and you start realizing, damn, rent over $1,000. Like, and even though like you get into the place, you know, sometimes that fear of not being able to pay something starts to take over. And then God just say, hey, look, I wouldn't bring you this far to leave you. I wouldn't teach you to swim to let you drown. I wouldn't move you into this home so you would have to move away. Once you release that negative thought, what happens? It just seems like you're always providing for. God always makes a way for you to pay that rent. And I don't know, but like this is how it's always been for me and like where I moved to in my cars and stuff. You know, it's always like because as the ticket get bigger, you know, sometimes if you can hold on to that old mindset on, okay, I remember when rent was like $800 and I couldn't pay that. Now I'm rent like 2,000. Like how I pay this? And God has said, if you just release that negative energy, it's always going to make a way. Now, if you start thinking about this is some real shit, y'all. If you ever start thinking about how far you came from like the places you used to live, like think about it. Back in the day, what you pay right now for rent, you'll probably be like, what in the hell? And now you don't even think about it. How you paying your bills, how things are getting done. It's like if I had it, that's the reason why God is saying as you move forward, you have to leave those old mentalities because you could not live how you live and be where you are with the old mentality you have because it would not allow you. And what we start realizing is as God elevates us, God promotes us, God provides. And the thing is, it's not even that we have to seek outside. We know that once we elevate, God is going to bring whatever it is that we need up into fruition. And now you think about it now when you start moving up, like you don't think about how this is going to happen. You look at your past and you start seeing this is how I've been elevated. Every time I move up, I, I'm always good. Now, don't get me wrong, maybe some things I need to pull back on, but you don't really think about things like that no more. God is saying this is part of that next level as well. Great things are starting to happen to you because you're starting to realize it's not anything outside of you that's going to bring it to you. It's you tapping into who you have always been. And God is saying this next level, family, you really don't need to tap into the most powerful, amazing parts of yourself because this next level is about to be crucial. Like the world ain't ready for this. It's not ready for what you are calling in, who you truly are. Look, Cream, I appreciate the love, my love. Blessings. And I just feel like right now there is so much ahead of you. And this next level, I feel like you're not even knowing how you're doing it. You healing is promoting your growth. Your healing is promoting your abundance, your love. Because you finally got in that quiet place and you're finally in this energy where it's like everything I want is already within me. Now you are giving your own inner wisdom and wisdom, knowledge, and knowing permission to thrive, to go beyond the inner. You're tapping into your Akashic records, remembering who you have always been, a powerful motherfucker. That's the reason why a lot of things are shedding from you. These are people, old mindsets, because we already know old mindsets can't go with us in our new in our new being, how we move, how we think. And once you shed those old negative mindsets, you become a new creature. Romans chapter 12, verse 1 and 2. I beseech you, therefore, brethren, by the mercies of God, that ye present your body a living sacrifice, holy and acceptable unto God for your reasonable service. But be not conformed to this world, but be transformed by the renewal of your mind, that ye shall prove what is their good, acceptable, perfect will of God. You are God. The kingdom of heaven is within you. Once you change your mind, your whole world changes, your body, even your DNA. And right now, you are starting to realize some of the very negative thoughts or things and limitations that you were holding on to was limiting your very being, your very existence. And now that you don't have them no more, you think you walk a different type of way. You have no limits where your past self had limitations. You can do things other people can't do. Why? Because your mind is no longer creating these barriers that other people have. You're literally about to be walking this earth like a beautiful goddess, God. Miracles happen to you every day. What is a miracle? A miracle is something that people don't see, but you are a walking miracle. They're not going to be able to see it because they're not going to understand how to move in this area, in this dimension in which you have mastered. You are truly the master, family. And now the world is about to see all the work that you put in, how much you have done to really find you, find the master within you. Now the world's about to see how dope you really are. If they had a escort next door, would have been you. They would have been paying attention. They would have been listening instead of bumping their gums. Anyway, that's our daily message. All right, y'all. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I love you.